are you?
You know, I'm doing good today. Today, I'm doing better.
Nia, thank you just for taking the time out to talk to us today. I know that it's a lot. And before we get into Saturday's protests and the activities that happened in the video, I want to first get your reaction to today's news. A.G. Ellis announced the charges of the 3 officers. They're being charged with aiding and abetting. As well, he ups the charge of third-degree murder to second-degree murder for Officer or Derek Chauvin. What is your reaction to that news today?
You know, it's so funny because I posted a video, and I'm the type of person who celebrates along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I understand that we're in war, but every battle that we win, I celebrate. I've been taught that celebration is just paying respect to what it is the work that you've put in. So on today, I'm not fooled. I do know that we've had people that's been charged before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it go into conviction, or the sentences weren't what we wanted them to be. Right. But for the work that we've put in across the world to get the charges on all 4 of them, I'm happy. I'm also happy with who's looking at the case. The black man who's from Detroit. That makes me happy. You know, I'm from Detroit. And just researching him a little more, seeing his background.
Right.
I feel very hopeful, you know. So
let me ask you this. Do you feel, I know the family wanted first-degree murder, but something is better than nothing, right? Because they've said that this really hasn't happened. No officers have been charged this fast in any other case. So I guess, you know, they want to give us a little something and we're supposed to celebrate. But let me ask you this, Nia. Do you feel like if it had not been for the protesters, for the demonstrations like yourself happening all over the world, that we would have even gotten the first charge with Chauvin and then the 3 additional charges today?
If it wasn't a video, there would have been no charges. That's first and foremost. I understand the power of film. And if a video never happened, we would have never known. And I do believe that the work that people have done collectively across the world, and I continue to say the world because it's been international at this point, I think that is a strong factor into the reason why he was charged and the reason why the other 3 police officers were arrested and now charged. Absolutely.
And now they're saying, you know, I've been following this, as we all have. Most of the world has been following it. They're now saying that since the 3 additional officers have now been charged, that, okay, will the protest end?
No.
What? Okay.
The marathon continues. The marathon continues because you know what? When I was out there protesting, I was not just saying George Floyd's name.
Yeah.
I was also saying Breonna Taylor. I'm also saying Ahmaud Arbery because we have a whole lot of battles that we got to win. Yes. This was just the first piece of a very huge puzzle that we still have to work for. So, yeah. Now,
thank you for that perspective, Nia. Let's get into Saturday's protests in the viral video that, you know, ensued all over the media. Take us from the beginning. So you guys gathered at Pan Pacific Park, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the mood of the people there? Tell us, just go from the beginning. What was the mood and walk us through it?
You know what? I've said this a couple times, but I have to keep saying it because it's just so true. It was a beautiful experience. It was beautiful. You know, I have been, I'm going to turn my ear off because that's going to make too much noise. Okay. I have been at home, quarantined, feeling heavy. I was feeling so heavy. I didn't know what to do. You know, I had a major problem with people asking me how I was and me having to put on a mask of, I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm at work, typing, having meetings. Everybody's laughing, knowing inwardly I was broken.
Right.
I was so hurt. And so I went to the protest because I just wanted to be around people who had the same pain as me and wanted to do something. You know, I didn't know what I was going to expect. That was my first time being out in public for real since the COVID-19 crisis.
Right.
So that was a risk in itself. And I remember telling my husband, like, babe, I'm going to the protests because he's here right now. And he's like, listen, I'm not here. You're not about to go to no protest without me. I'm like, and I said these words. I said, you know what? I said, something's telling me that I'm not fully committing to my purpose, and I have to go.
Yes.
There's a part of it that I have to do it.
Right.
So he's like, okay, well, be safe, take your pepper spray and everything. And so I did. Everything I wore was extremely intentional. From the shirt that I wore to the Black Excellence pen, my Proud Black Woman pen, just everything was intentional. I said my prayers. I prayed to the ancestors. Ancestors, cover me. Make sure that the work that I'm doing is not in vain, and make sure it's in your name. I'm trying to push your agenda forward. You know what I'm saying? That's my responsibility.
Right.
So me and my friends, we got together. We listened to some good old gospel music to cover. When my homeboys had the anointing oil, he's like, listen, I'm anointing y'all. I'm like, look, I'm ready. Cover me.
Right.
And when we got there, I saw so many allies. And it blew my mind. It shocked me. I saw just as many Black supporters as non-Black supporters.
Right.
And then it completely switched my mind to understanding that what the media is showing us is false. I'm sitting up here thinking that it's about to be like, just me and my people, and it's going to be like a cookout and we're going to all do this together. But no, it was people from everywhere there. It was beautiful. I met this older woman. She was like 73 years old, of Asian descent. We met in the park, and along the way as we were marching, we saw each other again, and we're like, hey, and it was a infinity there.
Right.
We were both fighting for the same cause. It was beautiful until it was not.
And let's talk about until it was not. So as you talked about how the media was projecting and portraying it on the news, what we saw, the people that were watching it on the news, was that, a lot of looting and vandalism ensued, and, the protest started off peacefully, and then it was not. So at what moment do you walk up to the two young ladies spray painting the Black Lives Matter on the Starbucks? At what moment do you walk up to them, and how does that exchange occur? How does that exchange occur between you?
So once we got to Beverly Hills, because at first they said we wasn't going to make it to Beverly Hills, but we made it to Beverly Hills. Once we got to Beverly Hills, we kind of just stood there for a minute and just took that in. And everyone was just talking and, still voicing our beliefs. And my friend, she called me and she's like, Nia, they said that, the Beverly Hills Center, I think that's what it was. She said, they said that it's a car on fire there. And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm standing in front of the Beverly Hills Center. It's nothing here. It's just us. We're having a good time. And she called me and she said, Nia, you better get out of there because I just seen some police and they're strapping up. And I'm like, well, why would they be doing that? Everything's peaceful. I'm extremely, extremely confused at this point.
Right.
So I said, okay, girl, well, I'll talk to you later. I get off the phone. I turn around. As soon as I turn around, I see the trucks come out with police hanging on the outside of the trucks. Guns already out and drawn.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
I'm thinking, like, I'm asking people, did something happen that I didn't know about? And everybody, they're just as shocked as I am. So I'm like, okay. They blocked off where we would need to walk in order to get back to our car. So as I walk that way, I'm asking them, like, what's going on, One guy asked them, why don't you have a mask on? Talking to the cops. I pulled his gun up and said, you come over here and I'll show you my mask.
Wow. See?
So at that point, I knew, okay, this is real.
Right.
I had a promise to my family that I was going to make it home safe.
Right.
So let me just go ahead and try home. So they let us go back through an alley. As we were going back through the alley, I'm not sure what happened, but the gunshots started to go off and the rubber pellets started to happen and then the tear gas. And so I was out of there. Like, I completely left the people who I'd come with. I was gone. Like, I got it, Right. And it was straight pandemonium at that point. And I'm like, okay, let me at least find my people who I came with. I found them. We were just like trying to settle down from that. And we run into these two women. And I'm looking like, I know they're not doing what I think they're doing, because I see Black Lives Matter and I don't see a Black person in sight.
Right.
And so it's, I don't know. I think for me, anytime I see something shocking, I kind of always look around and say, do anybody else see that?
Right. Because I'm not crazy, am I? Right.
That's, you know, we asked that question. I'm not crazy, am I? And I wasn't crazy, but I did realize that no one else was going to say anything. And it was like, well, crap, I got to say something. I just have to, because I knew that if I didn't say anything and it was to go on the media,
yes,
it would have immediately been Black Lives Matter protesters spray painted the Starbucks,
right,
and it would have been on us.
A different narrative, for sure.
It would have been a completely different narrative, and I wasn't going to stand around and let them put that narrative on us when I know the amount of peace we had just had, you know?
Right.
So it was like, okay, it's my responsibility, and I thought about the 3 police officers who just recently got arrested, but how can I be mad at them for not standing up and saying something?
Right.
And I would have done the same thing if I didn't say anything to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my responsibility.
And not only did you say, you said something, you spoke up as you should have, but you also recorded it.
Yeah.
So had you not had the video, just as the young lady, the 17-year-old in Minnesota, had the video and recorded the death of George for us to see, because had we not had a video tape evidence, people would have we would have again been asking, am I tripping? Am I crazy? Did I not see what I just saw? What made you record this encounter?
You know, as an actress and a filmmaker, I understand the power of film. I understand that it can change the world, honestly, you know, and Gil Scott Heron says the revolution will be televised. And so I take it upon myself to say, well, the revolution will be televised, but by us.
Right.
Because if it's televised by us, then you're going to get the truth. If it's televised by anybody else, I don't know what you're going to get. I can't trust it. And so it was like, I got you. On camera.
On camera.
How now, you know?
And so, again, the media is reporting, you know, agitators. At first, they were just saying it was us doing all of the, you know, spray painting, the vandalism, the looting. But then the narrative began to change when videos like yours came out, showing that, okay, hold up. No, it's not just, you know, us. We have some people in the mix trying to hijack. They call them agitators or extremists. Talk to me a little bit about, and they were dressed in a certain way. You just kind of knew. Is that how you felt? You kind of was like, no, you don't seem like an ally.
Yeah, you could feel it. And then even before that incident happened, we were walking and you could see different tags on buildings that had nothing to do with what we were chanting, you know? Right. ACAB, all cops are bastards. That's not, I mean, that ain't how we talk.
We don't talk like that. Yeah, not in no protest. No.
And then when I confronted the girl, she's like, oh, I had Black comrades. Now, sis, when have you ever called somebody your comrade?
Girl.
We don't use that language. So
we don't.
You're not with us. You're not with us.
And so talk to us about, after your video goes viral, what response do you then get from the Black community? Because the video then goes on Revolt. It's on, everybody sharing the video. And I'm like, wow, you know, I need to talk to this sister. I got to get her. I need to talk to her. How do you feel that you did your part? You showed what was going on, because had you not shown that video, again, the narrative would have been different. I feel like your video showed that, no, these aren't the people that you're talking about on the media. This isn't us. This is maybe us, but it's some other people in the mix that are not for Black Lives Matter. How did you feel about your video going viral?
I had no clue that this video was going to go viral. It was not intentional at all. I had a larger video, and one of my friends hit me up. He said, hey, Nia. And he literally like screenshotted the picture and put it in my DM. He said, cut your video down from when you looked at them skanks like this and put it to the end. Like, cut this down. I'm like, okay. I hadn't even paid attention to what I had actually captured. And so I looked at it. I cut it down. I sent it to him. I said, this is good. He said, that's perfect. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's just post it. These fake Black Lives Matter protesters, you know, just.
Right.
And then I have a friend named Steve Jones, and I know that he had been very prominent with just being conscious, constantly posting, never taking his foot off the gas. And I tagged him. I'm like, Steve, you know, here's a video. And he texted me like, Nia, send me that video. I'm like, okay. I'm still not thinking anything of it.
Right.
I sent him the video, and he gets celebrities to start to post it. I think Eva Marcel was the first one to post it.
Everybody.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then Erica Campbell from Mary Mary. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
Then Layla Hathaway. Then this person and this person.
Diddy. It went.
I had no clue that that would happen, and it still blows my mind right now. It still blows my mind. But I'm so happy that if I was ever gonna go viral,
yes.
If I was ever, I mean, I love TikTok, no shade.
Right.
If I was ever gonna go viral, that's the way Nia goes viral, because that's who I am. You know, I wasn't being a different person. I was being the same Nia that I've always been. It's just that now it's been seen on a larger scale.
Nia, what advice or tips do you give to those that want to go out and protest? And also, what advice do you give? Because Viola Davis posted this quote today, or this post about how everybody has a lane. So protesting might not be for you, but, you know, even Barack Obama said today on his speech that we have to have both. We have to protest and we have to vote. So we have to have people on the front lines, but we have to have people doing stuff behind the scenes as well. What advice or tips do you give to those who are going out to protest? Because this protest is a little bit different than it was in Ferguson or the protest for Trayvon Martin. Talk to us about what we should do when we're going out to protect ourselves, and also to document the injustices that we see firsthand at the protest.
Well, what I would say is, first, understand what you're getting yourself into. You know, I think that some people want to protest because it's the end thing. It's something to do right now. I mean, listen, we all been in the house for 3 months. Right. We get a chance to go out and be around people. Understand what you're getting yourself into, because this isn't for games. When those police pulled up, the guns were already out. We came for peace. They were prepared for war. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know what you're getting yourself into. I definitely suggest that you keep a portable charger to make sure that you have a charger in your phone. There are tons of lawyers who are willing to do pro bono work for you if you are arrested. Write their numbers on your body, so if you are arrested and they take your phone or your phone dies, you have a contact there. Don't go by yourself. I say you go with a group. That's really important. Please wear a mask. I mean,
yes, and you have your mask on. Shout out to you.
Take it off.
Yes.
I wouldn't take it off. Honestly, that mask probably saved that girl's life, because I might have snatched it up one time. But I was like, you know, I can't. It's COVID. I'm gonna be safe. So use my words. Right. But yeah, those are some things that I think are important. And then pay attention to what it is that you're going for, because I went for the peaceful protest. I did not go for the turn up. You know what I'm saying? When I saw the police was there, when I saw what it was about to be, I didn't have to stay around for that. You know how you said everyone has their lanes? That was not going to be my lane. I wasn't the one that was trying to talk to a cop that had the same look in his eyes as the cop that killed Floyd. Right. The same look, like, I don't care what you say or what you do. I know I'm untouchable. I'm not trying to fight against somebody who's looking like they're untouchable. Not right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not when I came for peace. So I say, know what it is that you're going for.
I love that you said that. I love that you said go for peace, because we're not out there to fight, right? We're not out there to fight the police. This isn't, you know, I'm going to the protest to fight the police, because we do want to come back alive, because we have work to do. Right?
We have work to do.
So I like that you said that when you notice that the cops, because clearly the cops they don't care. We've seen it. We've seen it on the news. We've seen it on social media. The cops don't care about Black bodies. And I'm not speaking on all cops. I'm saying that the majority of the videos and the reporting that we've seen from the protests have been very aggressive. And so I like that you said that you have to be mindful and protect yourself at the protest. I love that you said that.
You have to be protected. And then, you know, you posted earlier some information. Where were you at?
Yes.
It Can't Wait.
Yes.
So I went to it. I went to the website, and
yes.
it was very interesting what I found about LA when it comes to there is no rule that requires a warning before they can shoot you.
See,
that's the type of knowledge that you need to know, because when you out there and they get to popping off guns, and you're like, oh my God, you're just gonna shoot this person by law. They don't have anything in place that's protecting you from getting shot without warning. You need to know these things when you decide that you want to go on a battlefield and fight.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I hope everybody took notes on that. Thank you, Nia, for that perspective.
Yeah.
So, Nia, the death of George Floyd, which is why we're all having Blackout Tuesday, protesting, using our voices as Black people, it sparked this worldwide outrage. And we have people from all races that are speaking up like never before. We have everybody on the front lines, you know, really allying for us and speaking for us. Why is it this time, though, that this particular unarmed African-American man, why is his case different from Trayvon, from Tamir Rice, from Eric Garner? Why is he different? Why is the outrage so vocal now?
You know, it's one thing when y'all killing us and we're living about our regular day-to-day life, but y'all killing us in quarantine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all killing us in quarantine. This is when the world should have been as peaceful as possible, because we're all health conscious right now.
Right.
You know, we have a virus that's taken our lives.
Right.
We've all been mourning for people who have died from this horrendous virus. I've personally looked at funerals on Facebook Live with people who I know the entire city would have come out to support them, but it's only 10 people at their service. You know what I'm saying? So we all have been harboring a certain level of grief. And then to wake up one day and go to your social media and see a man that looks like you lose his life, and call for his mama?
His mama.
That
is
that broke me.
That is
his mama. That's when it broke me.
Yeah.
That part broke me.
Right
there. So when you see something like that and you've already been harboring so much grief, you've already been feeling possibly alone and possibly feeling hopeless, you can't stay like that forever. You eventually have to uprise. Right. And I think the reason why this time is so different is because we're at home. So you don't have to say, oh, well, I can't go protest because I got to work. No, you don't.
Nope.
You don't got to work.
No.
Nope. Go out there and march.
Yeah.
The babies ain't got to go to school. They've been homeschooled. Come on. We all out here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what makes this time different, because we have no excuses to do what we're supposed to do to make sure we get justice.
So we have the charges today. But we all know, as A.G. Ellison said today, that we have the charges, but he's asking for us to be patient with him because he doesn't know how. He said that it would be hard to get a conviction. What are you hopeful for, or what are you looking for to come out of this?
I'm looking for them to be the example. I'm looking for them to be the example. I'm looking for this to be a victory that we have never seen before. I think that 2020 has been a year of all types of things that we've never seen before. We've never experienced before on the negative side. And now it's time for us to experience some brand new things on a more positive side as well.
Right.
You know, it's time for us to see justice actually served, because if not, our brothers and sisters and the supremacists or whoever else is acting a fool, they're not going to stop.
Right.
It's not going to stop. So you have to ask yourself, is the health of the world less important than serving justice for this man who lost his life?
Right.
And if it is, then we definitely have a whole lot to think about as a country.
Right. So, Nia, you work at the Waco Theater with Mr. Lawson and Miss Tina Knowles Lawson. Talk to us a little bit about their reaction to the video and what did they think about when this came out and their reaction.
You know, Richard is a man of a lot of experiences. He's had a lot of experiences in his life. He's seen a lot, and he already has a mentality of war.
Yeah.
Because he's been in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
He survived a plane crash, you know? So he has a mentality of war. He has a mentality of do it now. He has a mentality of, like, you know, intention without hesitation. Right. That's what he teaches. Miss Tina, I love Miss Tina so much.
Yeah.
She is a turn-up artist. She don't hold her mouth. She don't hold what she has to say. If she sees injustice, she's going to speak up. And so I feel so comfortable and confident with the community that I have because they charge us to use our responsibility. It's our responsibility to use our voice. And when you know that you have people supporting you on that magnitude, it's like, it's nothing I can't do. Because we all gonna do what we supposed to do.
Right. Nia, thank you for just sharing with us today. I know it's a hectic, everything that's going on, it's got us all like on edge, but thank you for your voice in this time. Thank you for being out there. Thank you for the video that you took. Thank you for not shying away from the hard things. We appreciate you, Nia. And tell the people how they can follow you and stay in touch with you in your advocacy work that you're doing.
Yeah, people can follow me on Instagram at Nia_Miranda. I also have my own company called Bringing Love Back, and Bringing Love Back is centered around togetherness, unity, and love in the Black community. I believe that if we can heal our past, we can come together and create wholeness, then we no longer have to seek out the world trying to make us whole. Let's come to the world already being whole as a community so we can get the respect that we deserve. And so that's what Bringing Love Back is about, and I hope people follow that movement.
Look, y'all better follow our sister Nia. Thank you so much, Nia, for just your voice. Again, I appreciate you, and love you so much, sister. I appreciate you.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.